Okay, so in this video, what I was doing, working on a project about conditional formatting with JavaScript. So basically I have a number input field and I have a slider that when we choose a number, what we do is we change the formatting of our this is a set of data that I got offline. What I wanted to do is get an example of a lot of numbers. So what I want to talk about in this video is how these two inputs, the number input, when I change that, I can go, if I set it to 10, watch the range input. And if I change the range input all the way to the maximum, the number input sync. So that's based on this function right here. I'll talk about this other stuff later, but right here, function sync inputs with a parameter a. Okay, and I'm going to show you the significance of this. In the HTML, I have this div right here that I'm going to copy that div and I paste it below. And now this is, I'm going to change this is input set number 1. I'm going to change that to 2. And in the CSS, well actually in the CSS is up on top. So I'm just going to, what I'm doing is just creating a whole different button set, a whole different input set. I'll at 2. I'm going to position that to be about 30%. Okay, so now we have 2 of them. Because I had that function, when I change this one should change too. So you see, if we created more buttons, more groups, create another one of these input sets, copy that, call this one input set number 3, with a style, and let's set that at top of 60%. Now go back and refresh. Now we have another one. Now again, whenever we change the input of our range, our input numbers will update. And same thing. They all apply this conditional formatting, because back in this function, see, they all have a class of formatted. This one, this one, this one, this one. All 60 of these have a class of formatted, and down here we run all this stuff when we right here get anything with a class of formatted. When we change it, we run all this code right here. And we'll talk about that later. For right now, we're interested more in this function right here. It syncs inputs. So this function, sync inputs, takes a parameter a. Then we declare a variable var sync val. And that's going to be equal to, we're going to get the value of whatever we're acting upon, which we refer to as our parameter a. And then down in line 236, we're going to again get the sibling. This time it's a sibling of the element we're acting upon. We're going to get its input sibling, and we're going to set the value of that sibling input to the value that we stored in with sync val. Now you notice when we call this up on line 224, we're calling this on an input. So we're getting the value of one input, and we're calling this function. It's going to take the value that we just got, which is in our variable, we call it is this. The value of the input that we're changing, we're going to put it in its sibling input. So this is how this works. This is an input type range, and when we change it, we set its value over to this number. So likewise, if we change the value of this number, when I tab off of it, it's going to change the value of this range. And that's why we call it sync inputs. Okay, so in my next video, I want to talk about this function right here. It's called, when we change the anything with the class of formatted, what's happening here, both of these input types right here have a class of formatted. When we change it, we are applying conditional formatting. So in other words, if I go to, let's just say I'm just set that to 200,000. See, anything with more than 200,000 in its number gets this formatting. When I change this, I'm going to change it down to 100. Yeah, 100,000. Tab off. Let me increase this. Let me go to 300. With another 0. See, only numbers with more than 3 million will have the red formatting. And do we have any? See, we have some down here. So if I change that to 4 million, we should still have some right there. And that's going to be in the next video. I'm going to talk about this long function right here. See, well, first of all, we have to draw the table and then we redraw it. Anyway, that will be in the next video. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something. Anyway, so if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to hear more, and send me a comment. Let me know how I'm doing as far as making videos. Does this stuff make sense to you? Anyway, again, thanks for watching.